What is happiness? For centuries, people have searched for it, longed for it, and chased after it. We build careers hoping they'll bring fulfillment. We pursue relationships, thinking they'll make us whole. We acquire wealth, status, and possessions, believing that these things will unlock the door to lasting joy. And yet, so many people are still searching, still feeling empty, still feeling restless, still wondering why happiness always seems just out of reach. But what if the answer isn't out there? What if happiness isn't something you find, but something you create? Aristotle, one of the greatest minds in history, gave us a truth so simple, yet so profound. Happiness depends upon ourselves, not on wealth, not on fame, not on circumstances. It depends on us, on the way we think, the way we act, and the choices we make every single day. The illusion of external happiness. Most people believe that happiness is something they must attain, something they will have one day, once the conditions are right. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll be happy when I find the right person. I'll be happy when I make more money, when I have more time, when I finally reach my goals. But here's the truth. If your happiness is always dependent on something external, you will always be chasing it. Because the moment you reach that goal, another one appears. The moment you get what you wanted, you realize it wasn't enough. The moment you base happiness on things outside yourself, you give away your power. Because circumstances change. People come and go. Success rises and falls. And if your happiness is tied to those things, then your joy will be fragile, temporary, and out of your control. That is not true happiness. That is a never-ending chase, one that will leave you exhausted, unfulfilled, and wondering why you still feel incomplete. The power of internal happiness. But Aristotle's words offer a different path, a path that is not dependent on what you have, where you live, or who you know, a path that does not rely on luck, timing, or external approval, a path that puts the power back in your hands, because happiness is not a reward you receive. It is a mindset you cultivate. Happiness is not something you wait for. It is something you choose, moment by moment, day by day. It is found in gratitude, in self-acceptance, in purpose, in the way you see the world and the way you choose to live your life. And the best part? No one can take it from you. The science of happiness. Why it's an inside job. Modern psychology has confirmed what Aristotle knew thousands of years ago. Happiness is an inside job. Studies have shown that external factors like wealth, status, and possessions only account for about 10% of our overall happiness. That means 90% of our happiness comes from within, from our mindset, from our perspective, from our ability to find joy in the present moment. People with less material wealth can be happier than millionaires. People facing adversity can experience greater peace than those who seemingly have everything. Because happiness is not about what you have. It is about how you think. It is about training your mind to focus on what is good rather than what is missing. It is about learning to appreciate the simple moments. It is about choosing to be happy, not someday, but today. How to cultivate true happiness. If happiness depends on ourselves, then how do we create it? Here are 5 steps to building lasting happiness from within. 1. Practice. Gratitude. Happiness is not about having everything. It's about appreciating what you already have. Every day, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for. Write it down. Say it out loud. Focus on the good. Because the more you appreciate, the more you will realize that happiness has been within you all along. Second, stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you measure your happiness against someone else's success, beauty, or wealth, you will always feel like you are lacking something, but your journey is yours alone. Stop looking at what others have and start focusing on what brings you joy. Because real happiness comes from being your best self, not from trying to be someone else. 3. Live with purpose. People who feel lost or unfulfilled often struggle with happiness. Why? Because happiness is not just about feeling good, it's about having meaning. Find something that gives your life purpose. It could be your work, your family, your passions, or your contribution to others. When you wake up each day with a sense of direction, happiness follows naturally. 4th, let go of what you cannot control. So much of our suffering comes from trying to control things outside of our power. But when you let go of what you cannot change and focus on what you can, your attitude, your actions, your mindset, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Control what you can, release what you can't, and watch how much lighter your soul feels. 5. Choose joy. Every day, happiness is not something that magically appears. It is something you choose. It is in the way you react to challenges. It is in the way you treat yourself and others. It is in the way you decide every morning to see life as a gift rather than a burden. So, choose joy, not because everything is perfect, but because you have the power to make the most of what you have. The truth about happiness. Aristotle's wisdom reminds us of the most important truth. Happiness is not given to us by the world. Happiness is created by the way we live. It is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about finding joy in this moment. It is not about hoping for a better future. It is about making the most of right now. You have everything you need to be happy within you. Not tomorrow, not when you reach your next goal, not when life finally goes the way you want, but now. Happiness is yours, if you choose to claim it. So stop waiting, start living, and remember, happiness depends upon ourselves. If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.